Most people waste hours trying to create individual content for different social media platforms. They'll create a YouTube video, film it, script it, edit it, post it, and then start from beginning when it comes time to repurpose it for all the other things like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, your newsletter, your blog posts, LinkedIn. If you're a sales professional, that's valuable time you're wasting when you could be using it for income-producing activities. But what if you could just take one piece of pillar content, a YouTube video let's say, and repurpose it into as many pieces of content that is platform specific that you want, without any extra work, and all running in the background? I've done this. I do this at work, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can build a content repurposing automation machine that'll help grow your online presence without sacrificing valuable time. So first off, here we are in Airtable. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what Airtable is, it is a database builder. Think Microsoft Excel on steroids, but you could also use Notion or ClickUp, however you organize your data. I like using Airtable best because I feel like the API works best with make.com, but dealer's choice at the end of the day. And within Airtable, our first tab, I've gone ahead here and named YouTube videos, and I've created 3 columns. One with just a simple text row here that says YouTube video, single line text. Next one is going to be transcript. I've gone ahead and formatted this as a long text, and then date created. Actually, don't necessarily think I need this one here. I like to have it so I know when this was dropped in, right? That's going to be the first domino that we flick to start this digital Rube Goldberg machine. Now let's go ahead and head on over to a YouTube video. In this case, we are going to be using the most recent one that I posted on the channel, and we're going to want to pull the transcript from it. This is a very beginner-friendly, easy version in which we are pulling the transcript ourselves, but there is a more advanced version of this automation where we could just click go, post a link, or have it scan the YouTube site in the background, and it will pull the transcript for us. But for now, I want to make this as beginner friendly as possible. We're going to want to go ahead and click subtitles, click edit as text, select all, Command C to copy, head back on over to Airtable, and within the transcript box, hit Command V to paste. Pretty simple so far. I'm going to go back to my YouTube video here just so I can copy the title and keep everything nice and tidy. Command C, Command V, and that will be the initial inciting event. Each time I post a YouTube video or you post a YouTube video is coming into Airtable, dropping in the transcript, and dropping in the title of the YouTube video and when it was created. Now that our YouTube transcript is pasted in here, let's head on over to make.com. Now, when we're in make.com, the first thing we are going to want to do is hit this plus sign, hit Airtable in order to create an Airtable call, and we are going to write get a record. I've connected Airtable to my make.com already, but it's very simple for you to do in order to paste in the API key. If you guys would like an in-depth video on that, on just how to actually set up all the different API calls in make.com, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to do so. We're going to go on over to our base. My base is called Bobby. The table is going to be YouTube videos, and the record ID for this, we're going to hit search, and the display field is going to be transcript. And we're going to hit OK. Perfect. Next thing we're going to want to do is hit save, and we're going to want to run once. I always recommend when you're building out automations, each time you add a node, save and run it. That way you know exactly what is going right and what is going wrong without getting too far ahead of yourselves. So now here in the output, we see under transcript, it has pulled the transcript. That means that Make is speaking to Airtable. They're working efficiently, and we are good to go. So now that we have our transcript, we're going to add in a module, and this is where we're going to add our ChatGPT in. Now, in order to do this, you are going to need a pro ChatGPT subscription in order to connect your API. Very simple to do. And we are going to want to create a ChatGPT completion. And for our model, we're going to want to use the latest one, GPT-4o. We're going to add a message. Our role is going to be user. Now, as far as what we are going to prompt ChatGPT with, I've gone ahead and actually asked ChatGPT itself to create this prompt in order to summarize the transcript. I like what it gave me here. I'm going to head back on over to Make. Under text content, we're going to do this. delete prompt persona, but you don't necessarily have to. And we are going to come in here and say a content strategist focus deeply on transcript. Your primary task is to read through and analyze the provided video transcript. Under video transcript, I'm actually going to delete that and just click the word transcript here. That way it knows to talk to Airtable, and that is what is going to summarize. So we've hit OK. Again, let's hit save. Let's hit run once and see what we get. We see that it is pulling the information from Airtable and that ChatGPT is now thinking, and it's returned us a result. So if we click on this magnifying glass here and we go to result under long string, it gives us a very detailed breakdown on exactly what the video is about. Perfect. Next thing we're going to want to do is add another module. And in this case, it's going to be under flow control and router. All this does is kind of break up into different lanes so that we can have multiple points in our automation working at once. The first one we're going to want to start with is actually another ChatGPT. So again, we're going to click ChatGPT, create a completion. Again, our model is going to be the latest, in this case GPT-4o. We're going to want to add a message. The role is going to be user, and I'm actually going to be using a prompt persona that I designed specifically for real estate agents. If you guys want that, there is a link down below if you want to grab these prompts for yourself. And the first thing we're going to want to do is have them repurpose this into a tweet. So I'm going to paste my prompt here, go down, and then I'm going to just add this little string here, use, and then I'm going to say result. And as you see, when you hover over result, this first ChatGPT starts to kind of bounce there. That way you know which one you're working in. As the basis for the prompt, do not include the summary in the final output. Great. So now if we hit OK, let's go ahead and click save. Run once. It's going to pull the call from Airtable. ChatGPT is then going to go ahead, read the transcript, and start to summarize it. And poof, just like that, we now have an output. If we go here under result and we hit plus, it has given us different tweets that we could possibly use. And that's great. But how do we get this into a centralized place like an Airtable where we can then go through and review all the content that is running on automation in the background for us? Very easily, we're going to then create a round trip back to Airtable. So we're going to hit the plus again. We're going to make another Airtable node, and instead of get record, we're going to click create record. It's going to search for my tables. It'll be under the Bobby base. And this time we're going to want to choose the tab as content results. If we head back on over to Airtable, under content result tab, we'll see the title, which will make the YouTube video. The content will be whatever that ChatGPT comes up with. And the status for us will be either needs review or approved. This will be our sort of personal way to track it. Again, this can be a much more complex automation in terms of having, once we click approved on the status, to actually send it to post immediately to different social platforms. But just for this intro video, I want to create a very simple way and give the end user still a lot of control over it. So we're going to head back over to make, and under title, we want the title of this to be the YouTube video because I want to know which YouTube video this is coming from. Under content, I want it to say result, right? Because we want the result from this ChatGPT node that took it and turned it into tweets. And status, let's just go needs review. Now you'll notice I made all of this lowercase. And the reason I did that is because if it doesn't match up even by one character or one different way, Airtable won't be able to complete the call. So now if we hit save and we hit run once, let's go ahead. As we see, it's pulling the initial transcript from Airtable. It's going ahead and summarizing that in the first ChatGPT node. It is sending it to the second ChatGPT node. And as you can see there, I made a bit of a clerical error, and that is why it didn't pull. And I did that on purpose. Needs review. I think I didn't do a proper spacing there. We run it again. And again, I don't have this turned on. You can see down here on the bottom, it says every 15 minutes. Once your full automation is complete, that's what I would set it to do. That way, all you have to do is just drop in your YouTube video transcript. It'll go ahead now and send it to the next ChatGPT node. It'll send it to Airtable. We'll get a +1. And now if we head on over to Airtable, what we can see is we have the title of the YouTube video. We have the content, which in this case is going to be our tweets. And let's go ahead and read them. Consistency isn't always easy when you're juggling showies, client call, but in 2025, AI tools are training like content. What is your top tool for staying visible online? Video is king in 2025, but who has time to edit? AI tools like Descript and Gling. These are perfect, right? These are great jumping off points, I would say, to then you as an individual go on in and adjust and tweak. But this has done 90% of the work for you. So you can just go ahead and copy and paste this, adjust as needed, and send out your tweets. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tweets. That's 5 different pieces of individual content from one video. But why stop there? Let's go ahead and go back to make.com. Let's add another ChatGPT poll. Create a completion, and let's go ahead and this time create a LinkedIn post. Let's go to model, ChatGPT 4.0, add message, user, text content. Let's do this. Then I'm going to add that last little individual string, use result as the basis for this without including the summary in final output. Great, let's hit OK. We're gonna wanna hit save. And again, run once just to make sure everything is good to go. It'll go ahead and then create that call. I could have run this individually, but I just wanna make sure everything is working as it should. And boom, now it should have generated a LinkedIn post for us. If we go down here and we click on result, hey, result, staying consistent on social media, game changer for real estate agents in 2025. It has created this. So now let's go ahead and send it back to Airtable. We're going to want to create a record. Let's go back to our base, Bobby. The table is going to be content results. The title is going to be a YouTube video again. The content we're going to leave blank. And then we are going to make sure that we are adding in this result there. Status is going to be needs review, save. And then let's just go ahead and run this part by right clicking, run this module only. Okay, boom. So now what we can see, if we head back on over to Airtable, if we expand here, we will see the full LinkedIn post. Fantastic. But again, why stop there? Now let's go ahead and turn this into an Instagram reel. We're gonna want to just click here on the router, add another ChatGPT call, create a completion. Model is going to be GPT 4.0. Go ahead and add our message again for user, text content. We are going to type in my real prompt guide. Again, if you guys want all the prompts I've been using to build these personas, they are down in the link below. Use result as the info base for this prompt. Do not include summary in final output. Great. We're going to want to save. Let's go ahead and add our Airtable node now. Let's click create a record. The base is going to be Bobby. The table is going to be content results. Title is going to be the YouTube video. Content is going to be the result from here. Perfect. And the status is going to be needs review. Great. Let's go ahead and save and run once. While that's working, you can also hit auto align to keep everything neat and tidy as well. Boom. The first one was created. It's working on the second one now, which is going to be the LinkedIn post. Boom. It's working on the third one now, which is going to be the Instagram reel. Boom. If we head back on over to Airtable now, what we can do is see here, video topic and title. Let's expand this. And it has given us the hook, the context, the detail. It gives you a space to input in your own market details so that you can customize this to you as well. And just like that, we have multiple tweets, an Instagram reel script, and a LinkedIn script. But the fun doesn't stop there. Let's go ahead and turn that into a blog post now that you could also send out as a newsletter. So once again, here we are back in Make. We're going to add a third router, ChatGPT, create a completion. Go ahead and do latest model. Add message, user. The text content is going to be the result here. The text content, we are going to type in this for the blog post, add our little custom string at the end, use result as the basis for this blog post. Do not include the summary in your final output. Cool. We are going to hit OK. Let's go ahead and add our Airtable, create record. Base is going to be Bobby. Bobby. Our table is going to be content results. The title, I want to make the YouTube video. The content is going to be the output from our second ChatGPT node. The status is going to be needs review. Let's go ahead and save. Let's auto align this to keep everything nice and tidy. Run once. As you see, it is pulling the initial transcript from Airtable. And just like that, it has gone ahead and repurposed the content for us. So if we finally head back on over to Airtable now, we will now see our blog post with the meta description, the keyword, the title options, the intro, the body, everything you could possibly need to just go ahead, adjust a couple things to make it authentic to your voice, and post. You go the step-by-step way how to create a digital automation machine that repurposes your content in the background so that you can focus on the parts of your business that actively make you money. And while this does take some setup up front, like you saw, it's super easy to do and can be done pretty quickly with a helpful guide like this. If you want to be able to start setting up your own Make.com scenarios, I have a link down in the description for you to start your trial today. But let me know, what other automations and repurposing guides would you like to see? Let me know down in the comments. Hope you found this video valuable. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you all again real soon.